So only so much time. And he even asked her, can I ask you a couple more questions? Right? So there were obviously limits. But
No way.
he still didn't get the answers, any really real answers.
First of all, Kamala said nothing, but she also said so much, right? By not saying anything, it shows, I mean, the economy and inflation are the #1 issues in every single poll in this election. And the fact that you go to an interview and you have nothing to offer on how you're going to fix the economy, I mean, make some stuff up. Here's the way I think of this, though. So you think of the last debate, a lot of commentators said, you know, Donald Trump was baited by Kamala Harris. He took the bait and she would throw him off about the size of his, rally crowds. Donald Trump's playing 40 press. Know what he did? He baited Kamala Harris into having the confidence to actually go out and do interviews like this and expose herself to the American people. Donald Trump is like 4 steps ahead of Kamala and the rest of the country.
Yeah, but Nicole, this interview was only done a couple of days after the debate, and it was kind of remarkable how the answers were so similar. And I want folks to just take a listen.
I grew up a middle-class kid.
I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Focusing on, again, the aspirations and the dreams.
I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people.
I was a career prosecutor for most of my career.
I started my career as a prosecutor.
Creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work.
I intend to create an opportunity economy.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden.
That the vast majority of us as Americans have so much more in common than what separates us.
We all have so much more in common than what separates us.
Now, I will say this. We hear candidates say the same thing on the campaign trail over and over again. This is different.
Yeah, so first of all, we all have talking points. We're used to that. But people love former President Trump because he is such a conversationalist. Whether he's at a rally, you're seeing him talking to reporters, it's 2 people are in that conversation. When it comes to Kamala Harris, she is giving a monologue. Even though she is talking about, the same thing, it's being regurgitated over and over and over again. And the reason that she can't get into the specifics when she specifically asked to give some specifics and some details is because I don't believe that they exist. And this goes back to her 2019 campaign. She couldn't get into the weeds of things. That's because she doesn't have any specific policy. We still don't know what she stands for. For the last 3.5 years, she's been riding the coattails of Joe Biden, and she has not evolved from them. All she continues to say is it's a new generation. She's just younger. It's going to be an extension of the last 3.5 years. Day one for her in the White House was 3.5 years ago, and anybody who believes that there's going to be change with Kamala Harris is a fool.
Wait, she may have policies, though, but she just doesn't want to share them with us because she knows that we won't like them.
Yeah.
That's even more scary.
Yeah, well, she can't. Someone like Barack Obama, he's a perfect example because he's very far left, and then he ran and he tried to convince Americans he wasn't very far left. He was able to convince Americans because he has mad skills. She doesn't have mad skills. She was very nervous in the debate. She was very nervous. You could see it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Because she has a lot of coaches saying, you cannot reveal your true self. And I think that debate, you could see it right there, the side-by-side. She stunk it up at the debate as well. But people have to have this narrative, oh, she came out and did this. She performed. She was lousy at that debate, just like she was lousy at that interview, because she thinks she can ride this out and she can do this platitudes and talk about, like, I grew up middle class and, like, we had lawns. It's not going to work. She's going to run out of steam very quickly.
She can ride out because no one's pushing back. At the debate, they didn't push back. And again, at this ABC affiliate, they didn't push back.
Well, and in another one of the 5 questions, the local news anchor asked Kamala Harris to get specific again. And again, she wouldn't.
Given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden. And so I wonder if there are 1 or 2 spots, policy areas or approaches where you would say, I'm a different person.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work. And maybe focusing on, again, the aspirations and the dreams, but also just recognizing that at this moment in time, some of the stuff we could take for granted years ago, we can't take for granted anymore.
Right.